Another man that I met in the mission field that changed my life, he and his family, they were fairly middle class as far as Brazil is concerned. They lived in an okay house. It wasn't a shack. He worked at the local water treatment plant along with his brother, who wasn't a member of our church. And his brother decided he wanted to take the discussion. So we set up a time. We showed up at João's house, which is the name of the member, the brother that was a member of the church. We showed up, and his brother wasn't there. He said, elders, he had to go to work, got called into work last minute. So Elder Bauer, my companion, and I said, okay, no problem. Well, we'll reschedule. But our president has asked us that we never leave a house without first sharing a scripture and leaving a blessing. So can we share a scripture? And João and his family, his wife, said yes. And I'm sure we shared a great thought. I can't even remember what it was. And we said a prayer, and I'm sure it was great. We got up to leave, and João turned to his wife and nodded, and she came back with a grocery sack with 2 loaves of freshly made bread. And I looked at their little children. The 3 littlest children were very skinny. This family wasn't doing well. And we knew a little bit of the story that João and his brother at the water treatment plant were a little worried they were going to lose their job because they were cutting back and things weren't going very well for them. And he was really afraid they were going to lose their job. And João didn't know what he was going to do. And these kids looked really hungry, and it broke my heart. And I didn't know what to do. So I said, João, thank you for offering to give us this bread, but we don't need it as much as your children. Please feed them instead. We didn't want to be rude, but didn't quite know how to do that. And he said, no, please take the bread. And I said, I thought I was inspired. I said, hey, how about if we all just sit down right now and eat the bread together? And he said, no, we want you to take the bread. I didn't understand. I said, João, please, let's just eat it all together. And then he grabbed my hand and squeezed it on the bag. And he was a very large man, way bigger than me. And he said, with a tear running down his cheek, he said, Elder Griffin, you don't understand. My family needs the blessings of the Lord now more than we've ever needed them before. Will you please take the bread? And at that point, my heart changed, and I realized, oh, yes, you're right. I would be honored for us to take the bread as long as we can offer one more word of prayer. And he said, I would like that. And I remember that prayer because I poured my heart out to God for this dear family, that they would have the richest blessings of the Lord poured out upon their head and upon their home. Gratefully, João did not lose his job in that instance, and I haven't had any contact with them since then. But if they kept that level of faith going, I have no question that God has continued to watch over that dear family, and I'll be forever grateful for the lesson they taught me about what it means to make a sacrifice in those moments of greatest need, to give up the very thing that you feel like you're lacking in total faith.